Alright guys, so I'm back now. This is JL with Aries Acolytes coming at you with the next war recap. This is the double header, and I just got done with the feeder clan. Big exciting news to announce there with the feeder. The Aries feeder is now alive and going. So, but that doesn't change anything here at the main clan. We want to make sure that we make our main clan stronger, but wars go on here at the main. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. We're already starting a new war, but we whatchamacallit, we just had a war with Crows Before Hoes. Awesome name, guys. I love it. However, we came away with the loss. I wasn't a participant in this war, but man, did we have some real nail biters that really should have swung our way, and we could have gotten the war. I'm gonna go ahead and show what they did, because they definitely came out and they did what they had to do. But the fact of the matter is that we should have came away with the win. And this has happened over the last few, we've had a few of these just get away from us recently. It really sucks, but that's just the way the chips fall sometimes. Look at this. We had a 99% 2-star on a Town Hall 10. That was heartbreaking. Whatchamacallit, also Matt was not in this war. We had a whose was it? Oh, an 82%. The base was almost down. He just had an unfortunate series right there. And Court getting the 3 on him. Hunter with a 95% 2-star here. And just things like that. There was no really, like, you couldn't just go out there and say, oh, they had maybe this one where they had a star that they left on the board, but everything else was 80%, 70%. They had a 95% here, so I think if we had gotten the 100% 3-star there, probably the 3-star here, we'll probably end up right around the same. But I thought that that we just could have really pulled this out and brought it home, but we didn't. Congrats to Crows Before Hoes. Good luck to you guys in the future, but I'm gonna go ahead and start showing some of the attacks. I'm gonna go ahead and show Fisher's attack, because it was almost a 3-star. It wasn't it's not an underdeveloped base by any means. He does have these single tower infernos, single target level 1 infernos, but everything else is all max Town Hall 9. Looks like, and he has Lego walls, so it wasn't a underdeveloped base, but he didn't have the best of designs. It was pretty weak to some jump spells, and he brings the right army. He brings the witches to go ahead and combat those single target infernos. So he goes ahead and gets the CC pool with a couple hogs. Oh, excuse me, guys. And then he goes ahead and drops the double poison, so now he doesn't have to deal with that anymore. Then he goes ahead and starts working in his golems, and then he really he gets these witches down so fast, and he just starts letting them spool up and letting those skellies start to just really come at the base. And there's really not a whole lot of splash damage right here in this corner, which is why he entered. And then he gets that jump down, and look at that. He's able to connect so much of the base, and that single target inferno definitely did lock on, and that was a little bit unfortunate. But he was able to get in his witches now, and they start just getting in there and start working themselves in, so that they can start eating up this these single target infernos. And right here, he missed the freeze spell. I think that if he had gotten the freeze spell, most of the time they were getting onto the skellies, but I think if he had gotten that single target inferno, maybe he saves a little bit on that P.E.K.K.A, and it might have saved him from getting the 99% 2-star, and he would have gotten the full 100% 3-star. So you're gonna go ahead. Keep in mind, guys, he had been doing all this without his heroes. He had a plan. He wanted to work in his heroes late in the game so that the skellies could just start working around. And you're gonna see it worked out really well. You start getting in the witches. The witches are still up doing some damage. The golems inside taking. They're gonna take down this side of the base. We got the queen right here, still full health. King full health. P.E.K.K.A. still doing some work. It's almost down, but if he can just keep enough of it off of his P.E.K.K.A., he still have a high damage output. The wizards right now are gonna get onto that wizard tower really quick, take down that, and that's really clutch because it helps with the skellies. Queen right now is going to latch on and take that out, and still got ability. I think right here the skellies get in range. Perfect. Tanking for that queen. Keep building up, skellies. Keep building up. That golemite still in the core, tanking ever so nicely. And if they can get down that wizard tower really quick, we can save enough for these witches. And boom, boom, boom. All right, there it is. He starts working it, and I think right there, I think he popped the ability just a hair too early right there. I think if he had saved his ability with the queen, he would have been able to take out that cannon and maybe even get onto that archer tower, because the queen had not been locked on by anything, so he would have been able to pump through it. And then right here, that would have already been down, and he just missed the jump spell right here. That was the kicker. If he'd have gotten the dang jump spell, he would have been able to get onto that, and he would have gotten the 3-star for sure. So it was just an absolute heartbreaker. Look at that. 2-3 more seconds, and it's a 3-star, and, you know, we're walking away with the win. The other attack that was really nice was corpse attack. He's doing it again with the Valks, you know, working in that Go Vaho. Not the Go Vape, but a Go Vaho on this one. And to be quite honest, it didn't start off very good. Look at this. He gets the golems in where he wants, but he did not get any spread on his golems. He got 3 on the wizards. He had 3 on the army camp there, and then you had the queen and all the CC troops just roasting this golem right here, and he's got nothing really coming onto it. So at this point, he's not feeling too confident. Oh, I had talked to him about this. He was kind of panicky right here, but he pulls himself together. He gets the double poison down. The wizards and the queen start locking on, and now he's got his funnel, and the wizards go ahead and take out that queen very, very nicely. And then the Valks. And check this nonsense out. Look at that. He's going to go ahead and get that in, and he is just touching that wall enough to where the Valks go ahead and work their way in. And then he's going to go ahead and have a heal spell for him, and then he can start working in the hogs very nicely. He gets in about a 2-finger drop. He's going to have 1 hog left, and then he starts working in the 3 right here. One thing is, I think that he did not bring the heal quick enough down on this side. He would have been able to heal up a bigger group of hogs right there that would have been able to help push through the base, but he did get quite a bit of value out of that one, keeping those hogs alive, and then these Valks are tanking. But I think if he would have dropped the heal right here, he would have gotten a bigger group of hogs kept alive, and then they would have been able to work their way through and eventually clean up all of this. But right now his Valks really have not been targeted very much, and they had a heal spell there for him in the core, so he's pretty much got 4 or 5 Valks at full health, and he's got the Barb King working, and he's got that wizard, and that wizard is really clutch, guys, because it's got the range and can shoot over the walls. And with that many Valks, as long as they stay out in front and they're tanking for this wizard, you know that wizard's gonna be able to lock onto this sweeper, this air defense, or this archer tower, and then eventually the Valks are gonna bust through and take down that mortar. So you're gonna see right here the Valks are just cranking through all this stuff. They're gonna such high damage. They're so tough, and they're gonna blast through this wall here really quickly. Wizard goes ahead and gets onto that sweeper really quick, and then bang, he's gonna pop a couple shots off on that archer tower. That goes down. They're gonna take down the army camp, and then they're gonna plow through this wall really quickly with the Barb King. Bam, and boom, 3-star. Good job, Cork. That was very clutch for us. Next attack I'm going to go ahead and show is Jinx. This is probably my favorite attack of the war, and he just brings a mass hog attack pretty much. Works in a few loons. This was a cleanup attack, so we knew that there was a big bomb right here, and we knew that there was a big bomb right here. We didn't know exactly where the other one was, but we had 3 heal spells, and if we could neutralize this big bomb, we kind of figured with a few loons, because it's out of range of the air defenses, and it's only really got this archer tower to deal with. We went a little heavy on the loons, but we wanted to make sure that we got it down. So we got 4 loons here on this cannon, and they're going to go ahead and take down that cannon really quick, and it essentially neutralizes the pathing to that big bomb that was sitting right there. Boom. And then they're going to go ahead and jump onto this archer tower, and the air defenses start locking on, and that's, you know, whatever. The loons did their job, and then he's going to go ahead and drop in about 15 hogs right here. He's going to go ahead and see what they're doing. He's got 5 hogs there in the clan castle. So as soon as they go ahead and get onto this Tesla, they're going to hit that big bomb, and boom, they're going to heal back up. They didn't get the full effect of the heal, but you're going to see right now the way that we looked at this base, the pathing was going to work out where they come back in, and there was not a big bomb there, and then no big bomb here. So at this point, we're looking at it and we're saying, okay, so the only obvious spots are right here and right here. But in the first attack, the golems had pathed in through there and we didn't see one, so we drop a heal right here in the corner, and no big bomb. So it seems like the hogs either were able to skirt around the last one, or we just didn't know where it was. And then at this point, you can tell there's just tons of hogs left and just a few defenses left. So he starts working in the goblins and the wizards for the cleanup. And right now, as soon as that defense goes down, the hogs are going to turn around, bang on those skellies, and then they're going to chase. We got a king chase. Check this out. Dum dum dum, dum dum dum, bam! King goes down. Good. That's probably a very, very scary sight to see a bunch of guys riding pigs with hammers chasing you. Even the king can't take that. And I love all these goblins here at the end of the raid, just wrecking all these research trash buildings. It's just so fun seeing goblins in a 3-star raid. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I just think it's just absolutely cool whenever you can see some goblins like that. But they actually were extremely efficient for this raid, because you had so much of the resource trash outside that you could just easily drop in 10 gobs and they would, you know, run through this base. Because, guys, goblins, it can be great cleanup troops. 2 to 4 goblins can outmatch just about anything, because they do double damage on resource buildings. And if you have a group of buildings that are just resource buildings that you know is going to be there and tough to take out for the cleanup, 4 goblins will outweigh 1 wizard, because A, they're faster, they do double damage, and their troop space is only 1. So if you can get 4 of them working on the trash ring, check this out. They do 32 damage per second, but they do double the damage to resources buildings. So that's 64 damage per second. And then you go ahead and you factor in that you got 4 of them. Compared to even a wizard who's only doing 170, you're doing 240. It'd essentially be 256 damage per second to 170. So it's almost 50% more damage per second if you understand that there's a high group of resource buildings there that's going to be left on cleanup. Oh, sorry guys, that's in the new war. So let me get back into the Crows war. So yeah, the goblins can be extremely useful for cleanup. I think those were the only real attacks that we had. No, actually, Jace the Great. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show this attack. He brings a go wipe, and it's kind of a little bit of an undeveloped face, but Jace isn't exactly a full Town Hall 8 either. He's only got level 1 Pekkas. So he goes ahead and he finds a giant, and he's able to bring in that, get that golem in. And I'm gonna go, and he brings the the drag into the corner. And the reason that he wanted to bring the drag in the corner right there is he was hoping to get that builder hut down so that the corner huts weren't exactly an issue. And also, he had a quake instead of the double poison on this one. So he wanted to get the drag out in a place where he could really lure, and then he's able to get the golems down quite quick so that he doesn't lose any of the wizards on the funnel section. So he starts getting down his P.E.K.K.A.s. Jace, one thing I will tell you, buddy, you gotta make sure you get your funnel going before you drop these P.E.K.K.A.s, because check this out. P.E.K.K.A.s start going for a walk. So even though this was a 3-star, there is definitely some things you can work on to go ahead and make your attacking more efficient and even better than what you brought on this one. There's just some fundamental things that we want to make sure that we're doing so that as you grow and as we progress, we get good quality attacks, because Town Hall 8 can get very difficult. I don't want to say very difficult, but quite difficult once you get into the higher stages of the Town Hall. And then once you get to Town Hall 9, if you don't, your troops start taking a walk, you're lucky to get 1 star. You're lucky to get 2 stars unless you have a serious hero advantage. And if you don't, you're still very likely to only get a 1 star. So try and work on that funneling. It is the most important thing in the game whenever you're talking about even just a go wipe. Funneling is the most important thing. So make sure you know how to funnel. Make sure that you time those P.E.K.K.A.s in nicely so that they don't walk around like that. You do want, you can get one P.E.K.K.A. walking around one side, one P.E.K.K.A. walking around the other side. But you definitely don't want none of the P.E.K.K.A.s going in towards the core. You want to make sure you get one of them going in so that you have enough firepower to take that core down. Because if you had seen maybe a couple Teslas in there, or maybe even a couple cannons, some sort of single target defense quickly, you would have been able to, they probably would have taken out your core troops, and you would have just had a bunch of troops wrapping around and not being able to take out that core. So good job, Jace. You brought the 3-star. We couldn't have asked for we couldn't have asked for more, but we do want to improve at every war. So this is a short one, guys. Like I said, we didn't bring home the win. We gotta get back on our winning track. I think we got it in us. We're definitely coming out with some different strategies now, and it may be taking a little bit of a toll, but we're still very, very much in these wars. We just gotta fine tune them, and we'll get on a run here pretty soon, and we'll make it happen. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off, guys. This is JL from Mary's Acolytes.